All right, peace, everybody. Islam. I just want to, um, before we get started, just want to make sure that I introduce our guests and let you know what this is about. This is actually the first episode of a new podcast where we will be talking every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, right here on Moorish America at 7 p.m., and I'll be speaking with the Sheik, Brother D. Clement L. Before we get started today, though, I want to make sure that I rise and give the highest of praise to the Most High Father God Allah. And I extend high honors to our divine prophet, Noble Drew Ali, for bringing us our divine creed and nationalities so that we may learn to love instead of hate. We extend honors here to the forerunner, that's our brother Marcus Mosiah Garvey. And we extend honors also here to all ADF Sheiks and all faithful Moors that make up the grand body of the Moorish Divine and National Movement. That's what we do here. Also extending honors to the first appointed Supreme Grand Sheik by the Prophet, and that's our brother E. Millie Ill. And honors to the current Supreme Grand Sheik, and that is our brother Kenu Umar Bey. And we extend honors to all the faithful Moorish American Muslims, the light bringers out there watching right now and who will be watching in the future. And we just ask that everybody watching make sure that they hit the like and the share button. Good afternoon, good evening. Peace to everybody that's watching right now. You are listening to the True and Living Light Bringer of Moors in America. As always, I'm your brother Lloyd Douglas L., also known as Sharif Ali. And here we are bringing glorious light. We are uncovering. We are revealing. We are bringing glorious light to all issues pertinent to the Moorish American paradigm, because that's what we do here on this podcast, this Moors in America podcast, covering all events, all ideas and concepts important to the Moorish American paradigm. That's what we do. And as I said earlier, I'm speaking with the Sheik, Brother D. Clement L., and we're going to be talking about the all important topic, actually Moorish, a huge part of Moorish custom and culture, which is honoring thy fathers and thy mothers, or like I was trying to say, thy forefathers and foremothers. So in the past, but also in the present, in the here and the now. That's how we live. That's how we live our lives. Even if you don't see this occurring going on out there in mainstream society, we know that the mainstream society is promoting death and decadence, or maybe not decadence, but decay, death and decay, right? That's what it's promoting. It's promoting a lifestyle that is not sustainable, that is only going to bring about our downfall. Okay, so we are not with that. We're definitely not with that. So when we come back, we're going to expand further on this topic. You don't want to miss it. Make sure that you grab your friends. In other words, share this video. So everybody watching, I see, yes, we have live viewers right now. Everybody hit like and share this video. That's all that I ask of you. Peace, Moors. We'll be right back.
Unlock the Keys, a powerful guide to Moorish identity, divine law, and self-mastery. Praised by sheiks and scholars alike, and Moors across the nation are calling it a must-read. Grab your signed copy now at moorishinamerica.com for just $23. Or get the paperback on Amazon, also $23. Prefer digital? The Kindle version is only $3.99.
Highest quality handmade fezzes. Crafted fez with the finest wool, complete with tassel and leather sweatband. Wear the national headdress of Moorish Americans with pride and respect. 3XL size fez is a comfortable fit for brothers with dreadlocks. Shipping worldwide. Go to moorishfez.com to order.
All right. As I was saying earlier, we're speaking with Brother Sheik D. Clement L., and we're gonna go ahead and get things started up now. But before I bring that brother on, just want to say my Islams to everybody in the chat, everybody who's reached out, everybody, we see you, see your comments, gratitude, to everybody that's here. Make sure that you haven't, if you haven't done so, make sure that you hit like and share this video. If you shared it, go ahead and share it one more time. Share it again. Matter of fact, share it several times throughout this broadcast. Here we go, Moors. Peace. All right. Peace, brother. Here we go. Brother D. Clement L. It's an honor to have you on here. Before we say anything else, though, I just want to let everybody know that there's a link to this brother's book in the video description. Make sure that you go. If you're not doing so right now as you're watching it, that's cool. But make sure you come back later on and click that link in the video description to check out that brother's book. It is on Amazon. So this brother is an author, a published author. And brother D. Clement L., please let us know a little bit about yourself, brother.
Islam. First and foremost, I'm risen, giving all praise to Allah. Highest honors to his prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Highest honors to all the divinely led prophets, some of them being Buddha, Jesus, Confucius, and Muhammad. I want to give honors to our Supreme Grand Sheik, King Umar Bey, all his staff and officials up in Mecca. We give honors to the Grand Sheik here in Columbus, Ohio, Grand Sheik Lloyd Douglas L., Moorish American of America, number 30, Unity. I want to give honors to all of our staff and officials. I'm going to give honors to all of the Moorish American Muslims worldwide. I'm going to give honors to all of the guests, all the sympathizers. To be brief, about me, yeah, I'm just me. I'm just being me. I've been learning. I've been studying. I've been evolving and unfolding, and I enjoy observing. That has been probably the one thing about me. If anybody has, if you know me, I'm like the observer. I'm quiet. I listen, and that's really the reason why I'm so passionate about the subject we're gonna speak about tonight. But yes. I'm originally from Harlem, New York. I've been moving and grooving, traveling up and down the East Coast for pretty much my entire life. So I've been a few places and met quite a few people and have learned quite a few lessons. I would say one of them being to honor my elders. Prior to finding out the truth about my nationality and divine creed, I was fortunate enough to be raised in an environment where elders were revered, where elders were protected, and where elders were taken care of. I would say that being exposed to that so early in my childhood and the environment that I was in. We talking about Harlem in the 80s. And a lot of people would say, whoa, 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 whoa. You know, we saw the movies. What are you talking about? And, you know, the fact that I'm speaking is what I'm talking about. So honors to all of the elders that instilled anything in me that allowed me to get to this point that I'm at right now. I would say honor to the elders that kept the doors open, that kept the prophet Noble Drew Ali available and not uh not lost. Honors to them. And go ahead, Grand Sheik. I see you on mute.
Islam, brother. I don't,
Islam.
I definitely remember your train of thought. I just wanted to just say one thing to what you just said. Honors, definitely honors to all the elders who held it, who upheld it. I'm so used to saying held it down, but who upheld the prophet, who kept the prophet out front all of these years, and who resisted the urge to change the Holy Quran of the Moorish Temple of America, the Quran questionnaire, and the other proclamations and documents that the prophet brought. Honors to them. They had faith and they believed in it. They knew that this was real, even in 1940, even in 1950, 60, 70, 1980, when nobody knew anything about being a Moor except for a handful of people. Nobody cared. People gave it up for all types of trends, man. We've been through so many different trends over the ages. The 1960s, right? Not to belittle the movements that was going on, but it was the civil rights movement. And then after that, people would call themselves black in the 70s and 80s. Everything, people who even, some who were even a part of the movement, who were there with the prophet, completely gave it up. Started calling themselves black. Didn't teach their grandchildren a single thing. Brother, right here in Columbus, Ohio, we met a couple many, many years back who, when they saw that we had the L on our name, they're asking about it because one of them, I believe his family members had a L or Bay on their name. He didn't even know what it meant. Yeah, asking us about it because nobody told him nothing. And it's like, come on, man. People didn't pass it down. And it was very easy to leave it alone and let it die out. So honors to those who upheld it, who kept it going. And on that note, brother, please continue. Just honors to them.
Islam. Islam indeed. And you know what, when we when I say, honors to them, you know, now that I have been exposed to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali and the divine lessons, I when I started to look for the guidance and the instruction of how to, be a better version, the best version of myself that I could be, I found chapter 24 of our Holy Quran. And before I say that, I'll say the Holy Quran and the Moorish Temple of America, divinely prepared by the noble prophet Drew Ali, by the God of his father God Allah, the great God of the universe, to redeem man from his sinful and fallen stage of humanity back to the highest plane of life with his father God Allah. Islam. This is chapter 24, the obedience of children towards their father. From the secrets of Allah, let man learn wisdom and apply to himself the instruction they give. Go to the desert, my son. Observe the young stork of the wilderness. Let him speak to thy heart. He beareth on his wings his aged sire. He lodgeth him in safety and supplieth him with food. The piety of a child is sweeter than the incense of Persia offering to the sun, yea, more delicious than odors wafted from a field of Arabian spices on the western gales. Be grateful to thy father, for he gave thee life, and to thy mother, for she sustained thee. Hear the words of his mouth, for they are spoken for thy good. Give ear to his admonition, for it proceedeth from love. He hath watched for thy welfare. He hath toiled for thy ease. Do honor to his age, and let not his gray hairs be treated with irreverence. Forget not thy helpless infancy, nor the forwardness of thy youth, and indulge the infirmities of thy aged parents. Assist and support them in the decline of life. So shall the hoary heads go down to the grave in peace, and thine own children in reverence of thy example shall repay thy piety with filial love. Islam. When I read this chapter, I my thought was my first thought was, what is filial piety? I really had to research that. And when I started to do that, I found how ingrained it is in Confucianism, and that I got back in my mind again, and I said, honors Islam. I said, honors Prophet Noble Ali. He brought us this, told us to honor all true and divine prophets, because they there's a cord that binds their message. So when I'm exploring this concept of filial piety, I find that it is actually a core virtue in Confucianism, and that it emphasizes the respect and obedience and the care of parents for one's parents and elders. And because this is a, a core value with the deep cultural significance, it is known to bring social harmony. It said that you can tell about a group of people based on a lot of things, and the condition of our elders is another one of those things. Going into the challenges and why is it so hard for our people to, I would say, break the cycle of separation? Islam Grand Sheik, I would ask, do you have any thoughts on the subject?
Oh, yeah,
would you mind
yeah.
sharing your perspective on the subject?
Yeah, definitely, definitely, brother.
Islam,
And
praise Allah.
um I appreciate you bringing up this topic. And just like this is the way that we're gonna talk about it now may seem like this is a no brainer, but it actually is. It's huge. It's something that's missing in mainstream society as a whole. There's no real respect or reverence for the elders, and when we say the elders, we're not talking about just the grandparents or great great grandparents and those who have passed on. We're talking about right here, right now. Like your own parents, right? So the lack of that reverence and respect and honor results in a society that has no real guidance. They can fall for anything. You can't even avoid the mistakes of the previous generation because we don't have the proper, we don't have the system then in general. And I shouldn't say we because as Moorish American Muslims we work to correct those issues. But just society in general, it doesn't have that capability to even avoid the pitfalls that happened right, just 10, 20, 30 years ago. It's like the crack era epidemic can happen all over again because we can't even learn from our parents and grandparents who went through that for real. Say, oh no, 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 don't fall for that. And that's why we have a generation now of youth who are thinking that it's cool to be drug addicts. That it's basically cool to be crackheads. They don't have that. And that's just one example, but I mean there's so many more you could say. But yeah, yes. This is key, it's important. This is why the prophet put this in here to ensure our salvation and the uplifting of fallen humanity. We have a lot of work to do, brother. And I yield the floor right on back to you.
Islam, praise Allah, and a lot of work indeed. And once again, praise Allah and highest honors to the Prophet Noble Ali, because he brought us these instructions. He brought us the tools, the 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 ideas, the words, and everything that we needed to uh, correct this issue. It's something that I'm active with. I try to speak to the youth whenever I'm afforded the opportunity, and it goes in all the different ways that it can possibly go in these days and times.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
But I just wanted to close out, if I was to bring the solution without just bringing this topic to the floor for discussion. We have
Yeah,
chapter. I'm reading chapter 48.
Islam. Just looking at some of the comments.
Islam.
One of the comments right here is up here. Unity is strength. One. What's going in first? The online Black diaspora war or the online gender war? Just with keeping in line with the topic, right? Obedience, honor towards our Father. Um, if there's no reverence, no obedience, no understanding, no level of, if there's no relationship where the elders, the previous generation is able to pass wisdom on to the youth and the younger adults, it's not gonna end. It's just gonna keep going on and get worse. And what's going to happen is whatever's trending, that's what these people will be doing next. And that's why you see the gender wars, because that's what's trending. And we have a people who follow trends, not even understanding the foolishness and keeping up with trends because there's no guidance. There's no parents and elders, grandparents who can say following trends like that's actually like we should be doing anything that's trending, we should be trying to stay away from it, right? They're doing some online challenge. Hey, everybody, freeze up and act like you're dead. Like that's what people were doing when they're planking. Something like whatever it is. Do this. We should, but there's no guidance to say, hey, maybe we shouldn't do every trend. Maybe these are, for all we know, maybe these are mind control, um, just little psychological, um, just traps or things that are just being done either to get us all to put our energy towards a certain direction or just to test us, just to see how foolish we are. So if there's no guidance to guide these younger people who are out here just going along with whatever's given to them, they're just going to keep doing it. And since they're following trends, the trends now, what's trending? It's trending to be like, to, hey, I don't have a gender. We don't have gender. Or there's 1,000 genders, and just whatever's being told to you, right? You're just gonna go along with it. There's no guidance in there to show you how foolish this is, to like show you how that's out of alignment with universal law. Like when we look at the universal laws, you see that gender is actually a universal principle. At least when you're looking at the like for example, looking at the Hermetic laws or something like that, you see that this is actually a principle and it goes beyond the physical realm, right? So then we're getting out of alignment with universal principles. We're all over the place. There's no guidance in there. So none of these things that are trending are gonna end until we get in alignment with these divine instructions, which you're going over in chapter 24. There has to be some sort of obedience. Something. Who do you listen to? What do you Are you just going off of your intellect? Because there's limits to that, right? And so just I yield the floor back to you, brother. Just wanted to say that I saw that comment in there. I'm like, hey, that's right in alignment with what we're doing. And as we close this out, brother, was there anything else that you would like to say?
Islam, indeed. I'm glad that that question came up and that the answer went the way that it did, because I was going to get into some of the tools by way of instructions that we have, and things that we say as Moorish American Muslims, but also the reason why when when Muslims are saying, proclaiming nationality, join the temple, attend your meetings, study the literature, because then these lessons start to unfold and become more clear. So I did want to, uh, as the title says, go to chapter 48, instruction 9 of our Holy Quran, the covenant of the great God Allah. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be longer upon the earth land which the 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 Lord thy God Allah hath given thee. And then it's in our divine constitution and bylaws. of the Moorish Simple of America, Acts 7. Husband, you must support your wife and children. You must obey your husband and take care of your children and look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become a part of the uplifting of fallen humanity. Now, that is like I'm a son. I'm a son. I obey my mother, and I wouldn't expect my child to obey me if I didn't. And that's where, you know, the prophet came with these lessons to take us even further, to support these statements and these thoughts. In chapter 35 of our Holy Quran, from the Holy Quran of the Moorish Simple of America, Holy Instructions from the Prophet, religion. In the first instruction, we see there is but one Allah, the author, the creator, the governor of the world, almighty, eternal, and incomprehensible. And then in instruction 16, we see the Father is gracious and beneficent. He hath created the world in mercy and love. The creatures of his hands declare his goodness, and their enjoyments speak of his praise. He clothed them with beauty. He supported them with food. He preserved them with pleasure from generation to generation. So now I'm glad we got the lesson of Father, the Father. We can do that in our minds now. We can look at our Moorish American prayer with a different lens maybe, and at the same time be the example for those who need an example, that we honor our ancestors, our ancient foremothers and forefathers, and we honor our current present by our actions. One thing we can do is check on them. It's wintertime right now. We're about to be going into our annual Prophets Fast. And this is something that I picked up in the last few years, honoring my elders, because he's honoring his elders. And to see that example makes it a lot easier to be that example. So I that's all I really wanted to come online today, and say. I've been thinking about this topic all year, honestly, and it's come up a few times throughout the year. So I'm glad that I had an opportunity to come here and speak with the Grand Sheik Douglas L, and take part in this great missionary work. With that, I yell peace and love.
All right, Islam, brother, gratitude for speaking on this topic. And I would say before we close out, just to say to everybody watching, everybody is gonna watch this, reach out to us if there's any topics that that's going on that you want us to discuss, and we can maybe we can touch on them in the upcoming broadcast. We're going to be doing this every Wednesday, 7 p.m. And on that note, brother, gratitude to you for coming on. Just a reminder, go to the link in the description and get this brother's book. It's on Amazon. And on that note, Moors, we are out of here. Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Peace and
Highest
love.
gratitude.
All right. Oh, Islam Moors. We're going to go ahead and go out with the Moors in America video. Peace and love, Moors.
I am not a Negro, black, colored, African American. I'm a Moorish American. Peace.
Yeah. Hey, 5 on the right, 2 on the left, man. You know what time it is. Yo. We just Moors in America, soared through the shores and endured criminal acts of war on our character. 7 years after the 4th score, no reward. Shout out to the most courageous, they was jumping over barriers. Where does that compare to you? We come from a place where you scared to visit our area. We come from a place where it's scary for good Samaritans. Heavy luggage we carrying, babies having babies. It's crazy being American. Praise the one and only Allah, there's no comparison. La ilaha illa Allah, body and buried gin. Laughing at you clowns like ha-ha, dodging the Nephilim. Conquer lower self with the high, follow your regimen. Way before they came we were gods and now we specimen. Tried to take the light from our eyes, thank God for Edison. Then they put the wool on our eyes, it's so embarrassing. Now we travel frequently, we should invest in Sheraton. All of us got gold on our bodies whenever we stepping in. Screaming Ramadan Mubarak, training the flesh again. Wishing we could move as a unit just like the Mexicans. Dodging all the foods with estrogen, synthetic medicines. All sin isn't devilish. Sometimes the decisions that you make come for a better gift. Sometimes when you sin is to relate to all your brethren. Heavenly gates all in our face, we the champions. We live in the sky, we see the angels on the chariots. Waiting on the $20 bill, face a Harriet. I bet you I'ma carry it. I'm in love with music to the point I wanna marry it. But my love for people is greater, so I write messages. Largest spending power, but we still sit at a deficit. Living amongst prejudice, even at our residence. Moors in America, flourishing, excellent. Let's buy up some neighborhoods and groom our own president. Yeah. And I come to you today with all intentions of spreading love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
Unlock the Keys, a powerful guide to Moorish identity, divine law, and self-mastery. Praised by sheiks and scholars alike, and Moors across the nation are calling it a must-read. Grab your signed copy now at MoorishinAmerica.com for just $23. Or get the paperback on Amazon, also $23. Prefer digital? The Kindle version is only $3.99.
Every day, billions of searches are conducted online, therefore it is critical that your company stands out to the small percentage of clients who are essential to your business. Our team of local digital marketing consultants and SEO experts is eager to help your company achieve its goals through a consultative approach, top Google rankings, and collaboration with industry experts. Here at Adept Marketing Solutions, we stand for integrity, dedication, ingenuity, and results. We know how to navigate the ever-changing digital landscape and what brands must do to succeed. Visit our website to see what we can do to help you reach your goals.
Don't let your history start at slavery. Join with Moorish Science Temple, a lawfully chartered Islamic organization, and proclaim your nationality while helping us uplift fallen humanity. Founded by American prophet Noble Drew Ali and consistently promoted plans for the betterment of humankind. We are located in Columbus, Ohio. Visit our website www.moorishamericans.com and follow us on social media. We hold live meetings on Zoom every Friday and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give us a call at 614-407-4394 if you would like to join or send donations to help us uplift fallen humanity.
Highest quality handmade fezzes. Crafted fez with the finest wool, complete with tassel and leather sweatband. Wear the national headdress of Moorish Americans with pride and respect. 3XL size fez is a comfortable fit for brothers with dreadlocks. Shipping worldwide. Go to moorishfez.com to order.
CareMore is a non-profit organization focused on providing goods and services to families and individuals in our underfunded communities in Central Ohio. We have created an online presence to reach members of our Central Ohio communities, as well as local events and meetings to give away supplies and donations throughout the city all year long. Visit our website to learn more and to send a donation.
Fez Caps blends Moorish style with modern streetwear hats. The cutting-edge design features Moorish symbols with a silk tassel on the dome of the cap. More than just a fashion statement, Fez Caps represents something powerful and ancient within you. Go to fezcaps.com to order your Fez Cap now.
Peace, brother. You still there?
Islam.
All right, Islam. Sister Douglas L wanted to say something.
Islam.
Hang on a second.
Islam, brother.
Islam. Peace.
All is well with you and the family?
All is well.
Islam. I just want to say you did a good job. I wanted to definitely put a little direction in the segments that's coming up. Because,
I think we still live right now.
Still? Okay, let's see. Give me 1 second. Let me get off this live real quick. Hold on 1 second.
Islam.